From Darling Stadium in Hampton, WHCS Cable Channel 46 presents Peninsula District Boys Soccer. The Hampton Crabbers visiting the Kecoughtan Warriors. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Tim Cole along with Bob Hintz. We welcome you to a very warm but cooling down rapidly Kecoughtan-Hampton soccer match here at Darling Stadium. Kecoughtan Warriors on the season 5-0-1 in the district, 9-1-1 overall, and Hampton in the district 1-6. And Bob, on paper it looks like Kecoughtan with the superior team, but Hampton's got a very young team, and they're progressing nicely. But you had a chance to find out a little more information about one of the reasons they're kind of struggling at this point.
I talked with Coach Bill Check earlier, and he said that most of these players on this Hampton team would be on the JV team. They have no JV girls or JV boys soccer team at Hampton, and so these young men are getting a lot of experience at a very costly win-wise this season, but they will just make them stronger and better as they get along. But that does make it a problem if you don't have a feeder program coming into your varsity sport.
Your goalkeepers for the contest for Hampton, Jason Ullman, and for the Warriors, make sure I've got the right goalkeeper in for Kecoughtan.
Yeah, that's Dyke is the goalkeeper for Kecoughtan.
Okay. Daniel Dyke. Of course, Hampton in the red and white, Kecoughtan green and white. Kecoughtan is the home team. Shot on goal, and a follow-up rebound is good. The shot on goal, and a goal early here by number 17 for Kecoughtan. That is Trey Ross.
Well, Chris Tromley, number 3, is the one that kicked the ball there, and the goalie knocked it down. But nice rebound replacement and a shot there by Trey as we watch the replay right here.
Scoring for Kecoughtan, number 17, Trey Ross.
So Ross, in the first minute of play, and by the way, there are 40 minutes in each half, has made it 1-0 in favor of the Warriors. So quickly they strike. This young Hampton team will need to get reorganized. The officials for the contest, I assume they're the same, right?
Same officials.
Barrickman,
Mr. No.
and Mr. No, Carla Nagel, and Mr. No or Dr. No, whichever you prefer. Anyone or both. Kecoughtan again on the attack. Unable to save on the near side was Han Lee, and it will be a throw-in for the Warriors quickly.
Jason, field up. Yeah.
Very fast-paced game here with the Hampton or the Kecoughtan Warriors. They're very athletic. They have been one of the dominant teams on the peninsula for years. In fact, they had soccer a lot longer than most of the other schools on the peninsula.
When they were playing earlier, then did they compete in the against the Southside team?
Yeah, they basically played an independent schedule. Because there was no district teams that were represented. When in fact, it was all done on voluntary basis as far as the coaches and everything. They were paid positions, and did very well, and they established themselves as one of the elite soccer teams in the state.
Crabbers on the attack.
But if you look down the roster on the Crabber side, and you see very few seniors. In fact, I think there's only 4 seniors on their whole team. Had a lot of 9th and 10th graders on their team. On the Warrior side of the line, they got they've only got about 6 seniors, so they're not as a fairly young team. Also, this Jason Broski is just a junior. He's been the outstanding player for the Warriors. A young man who made sure I introduced myself to him down on the field. Coached his father at in junior high over at I believe it was at Sims.
In basketball, of course.
Well, it wasn't soccer.
It wasn't soccer. I didn't think so.
And if I'm not mistaken, he played, might have played golf for Bob Croft when Croft was coaching golf at Pembroke High School, if I'm not mistaken, but I have to do a little research on that.
Croft coached golf?
Oh, yeah.
Is that the...
Yes, sure, buddy.
Is that the theory, if you can't do it, you coach it?
Oh, I wish you could hear that. I wish you could hear that.
My buddy Bobby. Coach Croft. Nice guy. Super guy. He knows I'm kidding. Told you, Bobby. Please, please.
You know he gets even.
Yes,
and
he
he gets more than even, if I'm not mistaken.
Always made that clear, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
Those that can play, those that can't coach. I think that's how the phrase goes. Actually, have I played with Bobby Croft?
I don't think so. You was going to one
Yeah, I
day,
was
and
going to.
something happened. I don't think he played.
Yeah, I think he backed out. Chickened out was the word I think we used.
Or no show.
No show Croft.
Something like that.
Crabbers in the Kecoughtan zone with an opportunity. And a relatively weak shot on goal. Taken by Rashawn Bush. And handled easily by Daniel Dyke. Back on the attack are the Warriors. Left wing. And defended nicely by the Crabbers to break that play up, but it goes out of bounds across the touchline. Warriors will have the throw in. Played 6.5 minutes of this contest. It's recorded on the, what day of the week is this, Bob?
I think this is the 10th.
This is the 10th, right? 10th of May, the year 2000. Tim Cole and Bob Hintz coming to you from Darling Stadium in our final regular scheduled spring sports event. We had a couple of cancellations, unfortunately, in softball and in baseball.
Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to get the Kecoughtan Warrior baseball team or the Phoebus baseball or softball team. So it just worked out that way.
Very unfortunate, but weather conditions and schedule problems and things like that.
Well, we did get half a game in with Bethel and Kecoughtan girls softball before the rain came down and fried our monitor. I remember that thing turning all different kinds of colors and making a funny noise.
Anyone perform the last rites on that thing?
Yeah, I think Scotty said it was fried. I think I don't think you can even get anything out of it. That was a monitor we'd had for many years. So.
Yep. Crabbers.
We didn't get and also we didn't get the Hampton girls softball team.
Yep.
So we apologize. Sometimes rainouts and scheduling interfere with what we want to do. And then the spring break came up and all our crew took off. Andy, I think, went down to the beach and did a little surfing.
I thought he went skiing.
He likes to ski.
Fishing, that's what it was.
Now, that breaks my heart. Well, it does. He got sick, didn't get, and I know he was looking forward to going.
Crabbers on the attack, trailing 1-0. Goal by Trey Ross for the Warriors. Back the other way. Shot on goal.
Oh,
Save.
Nice save.
Excellent save by the goalkeeper Jason Ullman for Hampton.
Coach is very high on that young man as a goalkeeper.
Yeah, he's just a 9th grader. Corner kick coming up for Kecoughtan. The header, shot on goal, save. Rebound kicked to the corner.
Wow, what a nice reaction by Ullman. Jason did a great job, as you said, just a 9th grader.
You said his coach had lots of good things to say about
Lots of praises for him.
Approached the 10-minute mark of the first half. And Ullman, again, makes the play this time. Not necessarily a save.
The wind seemed to have settled down a little bit, Tim, because he was, before that ball was kicked into the wind, it doesn't seem the wind coming more in our face now than going right to left.
A swirling wind at best here at Darling Stadium. Temperatures cooling down, still in the 80s. Centering pass. Crabbers trying to get the defense, and they're doing a good job so far. Shot well over the goal. Played a little more than 10 minutes of the first half. Kecoughtan 1 and Hampton nothing.
Tim, I do want to remind the fans that we will pick a player of the game from each one of these teams this evening. And that player will receive a plaque and a shirt. The plaque comes from Engraving Inc., located at Tab Square on Route 17 in Tab. For all your engraving needs, contact Jim at 596-8850. Dave Buchwald is the owner. The shirt comes from the Island of Hardware and Sporting Goods, as we have another nice save
that was
down
beautiful, beautiful centering pass by Chris Tromley, number 3 for the Warriors. And again, Ullman makes a very fine save. He looks like he might have gotten shaken up on that
now,
play.
I think he might have got hit in the head. We'll take a little breather there. Good for him. But anyway.
See the replay there, and just bearing down on him. Ullman did an excellent job, and he's really been tested here in the early going.
Talk about again, let me tell you, the shirt comes with Island Hardware and Sporting Goods, and they're located in Kecoughtan. They can meet all your sports needs with a full line of athletic goods, both team and individual. Equipment, uniforms, individual equipment and uniforms, plus screen printing. Call Dave Chubb at 868-8467. John Roberts is the owner. And, of course, we want to thank our corporate sponsor, Zooms, and David Allen. And we're going to be able to do something that we've been doing for the last couple of years, and that's recognize the senior on the boys soccer, girls soccer, softball, baseball with the highest academic average that has demonstrated academic excellence. They will be awarded a plaque on June the 7th at a school board meeting. We want to again thank David Allen and Zooms for their continuing support of WHCS and, of course, our student athletes.
This is Han Lee losing it. Stolen by Brian Eubank. Warriors again on the attack. Nice move. Good dribble. Shot stopped at the defense. And that will bring up a corner kick for the Warriors.
What a dangerous thing to do. Remind our viewers that HCS Reports is seen live at on Mondays through Fridays at noon and again at 5 p.m. for all the news and information about the Hampton City schools. Join anchor Beth Sadler. That's at 5 p.m. and at noon, Monday through Fridays.
I think Andy was trying to correct you on that. Noon and 7.
It was at
Got an
noon and
update.
7. They changed it.
Got an update for you.
Well, we'll no longer do it at 5 p.m. If you turn in at 5, just sit around for a couple hours and you'll be able to see it at 7.
That's right.
Well, Andy will be asleep by 7, but that's because he's been out working on his Volkswagen again.
We gotta get KCVW as a sponsor on this thing if we keep this up.
Yeah, really. And of course, I want to remind the fans and the people out there about the school board meetings that will be on the 1st and 3rd Wednesdays of each month. That's at 7:30 p.m. That's a live broadcast. And, of course, make sure you turn in on the 7th of June for the presentation of the academic awards to the 16 outstanding players from the high schools in soccer and softball and baseball.
The attempted shot over the goal will. But I thought that it must have been deflected off of a Warrior because they're going to award a corner kick to the Crabbers. Centering
Way too
pass
high.
way over the head of any of his teammates. So with 15 minutes gone here in the first half, 25 minutes remaining. Of course, the clock continues to move in the soccer matches. Mark Tunstall in the game for the Warriors.
Tim, I know you gave all that pertinent information about the history of soccer, but maybe some of the fans that are watching this game didn't get
Yeah,
that
well, I
stuff.
didn't get all of that out there, and we're watching some of the action here. I was talking about some of the histories and origins of soccer. I thought it was kind of interesting.
Well, you talked a little bit about the English and the hooligans.
Oh, the hooligans, yes, but we don't want to belabor that point. But we're talking about in the U.S., the history of soccer in the U.S. starts in the 1600s when the Indians played a game called Pasakuakahogawag or something to that nature, meaning they gathered to play ball with the foot. And the fields, they played on the beaches of Massachusetts. As a shot on goal fielded by Ullman. The goals, the playing field, if you will, was a half a mile wide with goals that were as much as a mile apart. And they played on several fields with as many as 1,000 people at one time. It was amazing.
Few injuries, as if I remember hearing you.
A few injuries occurred, broken bones and stuff, and it was common for games to be carried over from one day to the next with a feast at the conclusion of the match. So that's where tailgating first started.
Okay.
They had a tailgate party.
Well, actually, after the game, yeah.
That's right, afterwards. Oh, yeah, all of that stuff. Fisticuffs and footsticuffs and all that stuff.
So if a guy was running up to kick the ball, you could deck him if you could get by with it.
They didn't have many rules. The rules were pretty lame, so I do want to apologize to the fans. I've had a major attack of allergies here at the Darling Stadium, and I apologize for sniffling into the mic. I'm trying not to do that, and please bear with me, folks. I'm working on it. Poster child for Clareton this afternoon.
For something, that's for sure. You're really having the fighting with it. But as usual, Tim will fight through it and will continue to do a good job as he always does. Whoa! Did you see that? Young Mr. Allman down there, Jason, upended one of the Warriors coming in for a shot on goal. It looked like number 7 is who he upended, Mike Simpson.
I have more of this good stuff here.
Oh, good.
But I'll save some of it for later as the fans are watching.
That's a little.
You saw through me, Scotty?
Just a little bait there to keep him
A little tease.
on the edge of the seat. What is Tim coming up with next?
Yeah, I've been asked that many times. Beautiful header.
You've been asked that many times?
Yes. Beautiful header by the Warriors, but right to the keeper. So no real threat on that one, but the Warriors continue to take the attack to Hampton. Beautiful effort by Mark Kurtika, who, by the way, a relative, I'm sure, since that's not exactly a common name, Brian Kurtika, doing the PA announcing here. And he's been very helpful this afternoon, providing us with officials' names and so forth. Here's the replay of that last action. The centering pass and the header, but just got underneath it and lofted it over the crossbar. Back to the live action.
And as usual about this time of day, it's starting to get a little darker. And I know last week, almost waited too long to put the lights on.
Oh, they knew what they were doing.
Oh, they did.
I want to correct the reference to the number 8, and that is Jason Williams. I've got a couple of 8s on my I have 2 8s on my roster. One of them is Kurtika. That's not Mark Kurtika, but in fact number 8, Jason Williams.
Jason Williams,
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you for that. We want to make sure we are as accurate as we can be. 1-0 our score. Trey Ross scored before the fans had a chance to even get settled. In the first minute of action, Trey Ross scored and made it 1-0, and that's where we are right now as we have about 19 and a half minutes remaining in the first half. Kecoughtan again has had the much better opportunities, and they're on the attack once again, and the shot is over the crossbar, and that will allow a goalie kick for Hampton. We were talking about the history of soccer. Many ancient cultures played a sport similar to modern soccer, and so it's very difficult to say when it began exactly, but it's known that early varieties of the sport became popular as many as 3,000 years ago. In the early forms of soccer, which players kicked a ball in a small field, has been traced as far back as 1004 BC in Japan.
Something else we've got from Japan, huh?
Yeah.
Besides the transistor.
Yep. And then the Chinese, they first used a leather ball filled with hari. I'm not sure what hari is, but it was known for sure as a soccer game that was played in 611 AD in the ancient Japanese capital of Kyoto. Warriors again on the attack, and a shot on goal fielded by Ullman. So Jason Ullman has been busy here in the first half. He playing the ball into the wind. Now Hampton in the second half will have the advantage of the wind to their backs. As much as it might be at this point, we have seen a shifting, as you mentioned, Bob, the wind more across the field than it had been. For the girls' game earlier, the wind clearly from left to right favoring the team going in that direction. Nice job of dribbling by the Warriors.
Oh,
good pass,
nice
left
pass. But that was by with number 7.
Let's give a name to number
Mike
7.
Simpson.
Mike Simpson. Kecoughtan with substitutions going to have Chris Salnoski in the ball game, or in the match, I should say. Ball game is not the correct term. That's the ancient Romans, you knew they'd get involved in the soccer. They played a game that somewhat resembled modern soccer. The early Olympic Games in ancient Rome featured 27 men on a side, and they competed so vigorously that 2/3 of them had to be hospitalized after a 50-minute game.
Oh, wow.
The early form of the gladiators, I guess. Good opportunity and a goal.
It was an excellent pass. I tell you, the teamwork demonstrated by the Warriors is just unbelievable.
Goal by Kecoughtan. Number 3, Chris Trombley.
Chris Trombley. All right. A little help from our friends here in the booth because I was not quite certain
Yep.
who had scored that goal. Chris Trombley. That comes with a little less than 16 minutes, 15:50 to be exact, left in the first half. So a 2-0 game now in favor of the Warriors.
You know, when I just figured out I could sniff and they will think it's you.
That's right. You can get away with it. You can do it. You did it, and that wasn't even me that time.
I just realized
I know.
I could do that, and they're going to think, boy,
Boy,
Tim is in trouble. Isn't he?
That's right. And he is in trouble, too. That was you, right?
No, that wasn't me
No,
that time. No.
Middle.
Oh, somebody lost their shoe. As number 8 for Hampton was shoeless there for a minute. That's Honley.
That's Ullman with a rather acrobatic save. Some of the stuff I got on the history of soccer is good stuff, Bob. I just found some more interesting information here. When we get a chance, we'll share it with you. Again, the Warriors on the attack, as they have been throughout the first half. But England had a real problem. In the 1300s, laws were passed that threatened imprisonment for anyone caught playing soccer.
Imprisonment?
Yeah. King Edward's proclamation said, for as much as there is a great noise in the city caused by the hustling over soccer balls, or whatever it was called then, from which many evils may arise, which God forbid, we command and forbid on behalf of the king, on pain of imprisonment, such a game be used in the city future. The problem was that there was so much bad reputation that followed the soccer, and of course it's unfortunately continued to some degree at times in England.
Well, one way to make sure something's going to be successful and people are going to want to do it is tell them they can't do it.
Yes, sure. It said it evidently judged to be vulgar and indecent. Soccer at times was suppressed by the English sheriffs who followed royal orders describing the game as a useless practice. King Henry IV and King Henry VIII passed laws against the sport, and Queen Elizabeth I had soccer players jailed for a week with follow-up church penance. So, you know, it's an interesting thing here. There you go. But eventually chaos turned to order. And gradually,
the only thing that's out of order now are the fans. The soccer
really it. Exactly.
themselves
Players are not a problem. The order gradually came to the game, and standardized rules known as the Cambridge Rules were adopted by England's major colleges in 1815. And by that time, England, where soccer was originally banned, was eventually exported modern soccer to every continent of the world. And today, undisputedly, soccer is the most watched and played sport in the world, enjoyed by 8 billion, that's with a B, people. The past World Cup, which took place in the United States, was watched by an estimated 33 billion people around the world for almost 27 days. And it makes soccer the most single-watched sports event in world history. Shot over the net, and not surpassed even by the Olympics. The sport is bigger than baseball, football, and basketball combined. So there's a little history on the game in case you didn't know it. A little more than 11 and a half minutes left here in the first half. Kecoughtan with a centering pass that's well over the head of the intended recipient, and it'll allow for a throw in by Hampton. Kecoughtan 2 and Hampton nothing. Trey Ross in the first minute of play, and then Most recently at the 1550 mark, Chris Tromley. Kecoughtan 2-0 over Hampton. Again on the attack. And a goal. Now, I don't understand offsides, but that appeared to that it might be, but apparently it wasn't. The official not stopping the play. So Jason Broski, as you watch the replay here. So no help for the goalkeeper on that play. He was hung out to dry. There was nothing he could do as a one-on-one developed with Broski. And Hampton now has just got to get some kind of offense untracked if they want any chance to stay in this game. It's been all Kecoughtan.
Well, that was just a good one-on-one move by Broski.
Beautiful centering pass, just off the mark. Still in there, though, and a goal.
Who was that guy?
Chris Salmoski. So the Warriors are not concentrating on just one person doing it.
3 different people scored goals.
Chris Salmoski, and those goals coming within a minute of each other. Ball right into the face of the defender. That's one way to block the shot.
Yeah, but that's not the recommended way.
Certainly not the first choice of the defender. No.
I mean, use your head, but not the face.
That's right. 4-0 Kecoughtan as they have had back-to-back goals here within a minute by Broski and Salnoski.
Sarah Bowers in one of her cameras today with Nathaniel Braxton on another camera. We got Andy Foley in the truck doing graphics and audio. Bev Penn doing instant replay. Don Strauss was the engineer, and Scotty Bowers, beam me up Bowers, doing the direction and everything else. Little snide comments and keeps us a little loose.
Again, the Warriors on the attack.
And they will have a goal kick.
Corner kick.
Corner kick, I'm sorry. That's what I meant to say. That corner kick will go towards the goal.
That was not me. You heard that sneeze, but that wasn't me. I don't know. Quite sure where that came from.
I don't know if they heard it.
They may not have. Is that
It
the
may
truck?
just come through the truck. But you have maybe catching.
I hope not. I don't wish it on anyone. Nice steal for the Crabbers by Aaron Whitehead, number 4. We had normally the signal for substitutions. I guess they're
just a little slow. They Kecoughtan brought that ball in real quick.
Substituting for Kecoughtan, number 19, Ray Ortiz, and number 14, Kyle Nelson.
Coach Bailey's getting a lot of people in.
Allman coming out to make the save, preventing a closer shot on goal. Allman now with He's had a tremendous number of stops he's had to make here, and 4 have gotten past him, but really haven't been much of his fault. His team just overpowered by the superior play by the Warriors so far. Crabbers just not gotten untracked offensively. They've only had a couple of shots on goal, and those not particularly good chances. Nice effort by Ullman to come out and stop the shot. Defender was there to help clear it, and now a shot on goal.
And got
Ullman
back there in time, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Good hustle by
hustle.
Ullman. He's really been making some great plays back there. Rapid pace maintained by the Warriors.
Substitute for Hampton, number 15, Matthew.
4:20 approximately remaining here in the first half. Official time kept on the field, but the scoreboard clock helping us out today, keeping a pretty good guesstimate of the time. Crabbers getting back on defense. They've been there most of this first half. Young Hampton team, they'll get better.
Yes, they will.
Ullman has to make the stop. Again, in the second half, Hampton will have the wind at their backs. Ullman will need a definite break at halftime. Again, we want to thank the fine people over at Zooms, and David Allen in particular, for their support of high school sports here on Channel 46. Of course, they've been a year-long sponsor, starting with football in the fall and carrying through basketball, softball, baseball, and now the soccer. Appreciate Zooms helping us out. Pretty good one-on-one battles developing.
It really
here.
is.
The Crabbers, Aaron Venable that time, doing a good job of staving off the attack, trying to make sure he doesn't get a penalty on that play, because that could result, depending on where it occurs, result in a penalty kick. Saw that last week in the girls' contest, and a goal scored off of a penalty kick. We are down to the 2-minute mark and less. So less than 2 minutes left here in the first half. And it's been all Kecoughtan as they lead 4-0.
I don't know what the percentages of kicks on goal one team has on the other, but it's very lopsided in Warriors into the field. Had a lot of kicks on goal, but there is tremendous amount of ability on this Kecoughtan team, which frustrates a team. And Hampton is playing probably more defensive positions than what they normally would have more balanced attack. They probably have more young men back playing defense, but the dribbling on the Kecoughtan side of the field has been just outstanding.
I really appreciate the the expertise that's needed to play this game.
Well, that was
not to mention the stamina.
Draw it. Go.
Good centering pass and a good defensive effort to prevent a successful play. That was James Matthews for Hampton coming over to block that centering pass.
Well, the Warriors really do a good job of knowing where everybody is on the field and getting the ball to somebody that can center it back or to get a kick on goal.
Dangerously in the zone.
We got a shaken up Warrior down there.
Yes, we do. I can't make out his number at this moment. I'm told that it's number 6.
It was number 6. That's
well, I don't have the same name that I
Ray
heard.
Ortez. That's who I have as number 6.
Travis Roughton. Travis Roughton is in fact number 6. We need to correct our list with that one.
Well, the roster that they faxed me didn't show we would end up right good. That's Travis Roughton, number 6. Somebody just send them back or get a kick.
So they are still attending to Travis. Hopefully it's nothing serious. He in this contest, it can be a very physical contest and inadvertent contact, and sometimes you get kicked. And I'm glad to see Mr. Travis Roughton up and moving on his own steam. So that's good news.
Well, you got some corrections there, Tim. If you want to get them and give them to our announcer, appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. I had about 5 that were wrong.
Yeah, well, you know what? We can only go with what we're given, right?
And that
is the signal to end the first half. So, at halftime, our score is Kecoughtan 4 and Hampton nothing. We'll return to Darling Stadium with the second half of action after this brief timeout. All right, back here at Darling Stadium, second half just about set to get underway. Kecoughtan 4 and Hampton nothing. Warriors going from our right to our left now. Bobby, you and I were looking at the flag. Of course, the wind at the top of the stadium isn't necessarily the same as the wind down at the bottom, but it's blowing across the field now.
Yeah, from our back. From our back is very unusual because it was definitely left to right when we first got here. So,
again, recapping the scoring for you: Trey Ross scored in the first minute to give Kecoughtan a 1-0 lead. Then Chris Tromley at the 15:50 mark. Jason Broski less than a minute later made it 3-0, and then Chris Salnoski made the score 4-0 at 5.5 minute mark of the first half. And the Warriors have a commanding 4-0 lead. Crabbers desperately need to get their attack underway in the second half if they have any opportunity to win this contest. Still warm, not uncomfortably warm out this evening, but it's still definitely in the low to mid 80s, Bob. And little more humidity than we've enjoyed.
Yeah, the humidity has increased since early this morning, and even midway through the morning it was relatively low, but it's picked up. We're supposed to maybe get a little bit of rain. Wouldn't hurt.
I understand you put down some grass seeds.
Yeah.
So you're hoping it'll rain.
Well, if it's not, I'm going to have to water the dickens tomorrow. Get a chance, just want to run down the rosters here for you. Starting with the Warriors, we got, and I'm going to go with the list the way they've got them. There's no rhyme or reason to this. They're not in any kind of order alphabetically or, well, I guess they are alphabetical. They sure are. They're not numerical. Andrew Binks, 6 foot 195, junior, plays goalkeeper. 18, Jason Broski, 5'10", 165, plays midfield forward. He's a junior. 13, Michael Congrove, he's 5'10", 175. He plays back. He's a senior. Goalkeeper Daniel Dyke, 5'10", 170, is a senior. Number 11 is Brian Eubank, 6'2", 170, midfielder. He's a sophomore. As we watch, the Warriors getting a chance to come down here, and the Warriors that's the first serious threat they've had in the second half so far. Number 13, Mark Kurtzja. What, how do you pronounce that? Kurtika. Yeah,
Kurtika. That's
Kurtika,
the young man who, Brian Kurtika, was helping us with some information.
Okay. Mark is 5'10", 160, midfielder. He's just a sophomore. Number 12, Bobby Leneve, 5'8", 150, plays back and forward, is a senior. 16, number 16 is Mike.
Got a goal, Bob.
Okay. Trey Ross, is that his second one?
No. Trey Ross was the assist.
Oh.
Number 2, David Washburn with the goal.
Okay, Bobby Leneve, 5'8", 150 is a back, a senior. Mike Logan, number 16, 5'10", 165, back is a sophomore. Number 20, Josh Moore, 5'11", 170, midfielder is a junior. Kyle Nelson, number 14, 5'8", 145, is back as a senior. 19, Ray Ortez, 5'9", 170, junior. 17, Trey Ross, who got that assist on that last goal, 5'10", 165, forward, just a sophomore. Number 6, Travis Roughton, 5'9", 165, just a freshman. I'm sorry, he's a junior. He plays forward. Chris Sanowski, 5'10", 170, midfielder, is a senior. Number 7, Mike Simpson, 110, 170, midfielder, is a junior. 3, Chris Tromley is 5'10", 165, midfielder, is a junior. Kevin Tromley, number 9, 5'10", 165, is a sophomore, plays midfield. Number 4, Mark Tunstall, 5'10", 165, midfielder, is a senior. Number 2, David Washburn, 5'10", 170, midfielder, is junior. And number 8, Jason Williams, 5'10", 170, plays midfield and back, is a junior. Coach is John Bailey, assisted by James Bailey and Kerry Smith. I hope that give you time to work on your nose a little bit.
Nothing could help.
It didn't help at all.
But I appreciate it. I got a chance to continue to battle these allergies. I apologize to our viewers. I'm doing everything I can short of going home.
Well, don't do that yet. Over in the Hampton side, we got Keith Johnson. He's senior. Number 9, who plays goalkeeper and forward and halfback. David Klemenczyk is a number 12. He's also a senior. He plays fullback. Aaron Venable is a senior. Number 7 plays fullback. Brian Smith, a young man that we are familiar with from Hampton football, and Coach Mike Smith's son is number 3, is a senior. We'll be playing football, be kicking up at UVA in the fall. James Matthews is a junior, number 15 fullback. Rashawn Bush is a junior, number 18 is a forward. Omar Saeed is a sophomore, is number 10 is a fullback. Thong Lee is a fullback and halfback, is just a sophomore, he's number 5. Aaron Whitehead sophomore. Number 4 is a sweeper. Victor Kecoughtan is a forward, sophomore, number 17. Jerry Isabel, sophomore, number 11, is a halfback. Honley, halfback, is a freshman, is number 8.
Did you miss Owen Keener?
haven't got to him yet.
Oh, sorry, because on my list he's.
Well, he's not here.
Oh, well, that's why we're not.
That's why, right? He's not with them anymore.
Okay.
Knockley is a halfback, is a freshman, number 14. Matthew Mindinger is a halfback. Fullback is a sophomore, number 16. Jason Ullman, goalkeeper, is just a 9th grader. Coach Bilchek, assisted by Chris Hoadley. And that's the rosters for both of these two teams this evening. Want to again remind the fans that we will pick a player of the game for player of this match from each one of these teams tonight, and that player will receive a plaque and a shirt. The plaque comes from Engraving Inc., located at Tab Square on Route 17. For all your engraving needs, contact Jim at 596-8850. Dave Buckwalter is the owner. Got another goal, didn't we?
Yes, we did. As,
Scoring for Kecoughtan, number 15, Mark Kecoughtan.
Mark Kecoughtan. So Kecoughtan's name is being mentioned a lot around here, not to mention the assistance that we've received from.
Watch the replay. Oh, nice. Had a little spin to it. Just went right off of Jason Allman's hands. The shirt comes from the Island of Hardware and Sporting Goods. They're located in Kecoughtan. They can meet all your sports needs with a full line of athletic goods, both team and individual, equipment and uniform, plus screen printing. Call Dave Chubb at 868-8467. John Roberts is the owner. Also want to thank Zooms and for allowing us to recognize the senior soccer player, both boys and girls, the softball and baseball player this on each one of the Hampton teams this year who has demonstrated academic excellence. These players receive a plaque at a school board meeting on June the 7th. I just set that up with Carolyn Bowers and sister to Scotty, if you are not aware of that. We want to thank David Allen and Zooms for the continuing support of WHCS and our student athletes.
And for providing those wonderful potato wedges.
Oh, you like those potato wedges and that fried chicken? You pull in and say, fill her up, and you don't mean just the gas,
right.
do you?
Give me the Sitco and fill it up with fried chicken and potato wedges.
And
Beantown coffee, Krispy Kreme donuts at your local Zooms. Good save by the Hampton defender getting back there as Ullman just had to go out and play the way he did, but it left him completely vulnerable. And then Klemenchik
was able great job.
Play. Watch this. You're going to see a save here, not saved by the goalie. Klemenchik saved a goal for Hampton for sure.
Remind the viewers that you can watch HCS Reports with Beth Sadler Monday through Friday at noon and 7 p.m. for all the news and information about the Hampton City Schools, and also that on Channel 46 you will see your school board meetings live on the first and third Wednesdays of each month at 7:30. So tune in and be informed, and make sure you tune in on the 7th to watch the presentation of the academic awards to 16 outstanding seniors.
Talk about outstanding. You're seeing some outstanding passing by Kecoughtan as they were setting that up. Just a narrow miss by number 7, Simpson. Mike Simpson just missed scoring for the Warriors.
Substituting for Hampton, number 10, correction, number 7, Aaron Benner.
What a nice tackle or whatever, but he sure took the ball away easy. Well, not easy. It looked easy to me, but
The good ones make it look easy. Kecoughtan just looks like they're getting into stride now. They're just passing the ball beautifully. Shot on goal, and Ullman with the save. Ullman with a little assist from the wind can get a good boot downfield. Kevin, check that number 9 for Hampton on the break was just unable to keep up with it. Keith Johnston.
Whoa. The action is fast and furious.
Substituting for Kecoughtan, number 18, Jason Broski.
Well, you got to be thinking about players of the game, Timothy. I've already got mine picked out for Hampton. Or close to being picked out anyway.
I think I know who you have in mind.
So I'm going to let you come up with a hard one. Well, no, they're both hard. It's not going to be easy. I have a young man I've got in mind that has shown a little more outstanding presence today than, or he's caught my eye, I guess I should say.
Warriors with another chance, deflected by the goaltender Ullman, just enough to prevent the goal. A great save by Ullman, preventing what clearly would have been number 7. Watch the replay here. You're going to see just a superb effort. You see just the very tail end of it. It deflected off of Ullman and caught the goalpost. We didn't see the whole thing here, Scotty. Can we try it again? A header bounces over. Try it. Show me that one again.
Scotty is. Scotty, it was hard to watch both things at the same time. No slack for you, Tim.
I'm sorry, Scotty. It looked like when I looked up, it looked like we caught the tail end of it, but I'll bet you we had the whole thing. Indubitably, Hampton on the attack. And a good job of tackling the ball away.
That's number 7, Mike Simpson.
Simpson has been impressive. He's done a real good job of passing.
And number 14 for the Crabbers was on a breakaway. And that's, if I got the number right, that's Knockley.
Corner kick for the Warriors, always dangerous. Crabbers get a break as they'll be able to clear it. Hampton's just not been able to get a sustained attack. They've seen one, but they haven't been able to generate one. And that will be an infraction. That's a little too aggressive by the Hampton defender.
Well, just a little bit. How do we? Oh yeah, that's there he is. It's Keith Johnson. I was looking for number 9.
So a goalie kick coming up as we approach the 23-minute remaining in the contest. 6-0 in favor of Kecoughtan. You're watching this game recorded on the 10th of May, the year 2000. Tim Cole and Bob Hintz and the Channel 46 crew coming to you from Darling Stadium. Watching a very fine Kecoughtan team and a very young and developing Hampton team. Kecoughtan has just had the offense in gear this afternoon, and Hampton has been unable to get on track. And you can credit some of that to the good defense by Kecoughtan as they continue to drive in on Jason Ullman, who has just been outstanding in goal in spite of the 6 goals. This will be a corner kick coming up for the Warriors.
Substitute for Hampton, number 17, Victor Kecoughtan.
Wish I could go more than a minute and a half without having
I
to.
noticed it's I don't know how you're doing what you're doing.
It's amazing.
I've quit a long time ago. It's been a battle between you and your nose and the tissue paper, which you ran through one whole roll already.
I like to think it was a box of executive tissue paper. Yes. I'll tell you one thing, I'll never be able to live in this neck of the woods of Hampton, that's for sure.
Well, that's the truth.
Beautiful pass. And an excellent save by Ullman once again as he just did everything he had to do.
Yeah, he took away the angle. Just really made it almost impossible to get a good, clear look at the goal.
This kid's just a freshman. Directly from the corner kick, fielded by Ullman, so he'll get a goalie kick out of this. Hampton can't catch a break. The wind shifts, and they don't even have the wind behind them.
Well, that's another thing I talked about earlier to the girls coach, Jennifer Tyson. I said, you take the win. She said, I take the win in the first half. Well, another reason was that it may change.
That's right. No way to know. You take it when you got it. And in that case, an offside is called against the Warriors. 20 minutes, exactly.
Explain offside to me.
I had it written down, Bob, but
I know you.
lost my sheet.
Oh, no.
The offensive team cannot precede the ball. See if you can pick it up here.
The offensive team cannot precede the ball into a certain area.
Into the opponent's goal area, unless they can't be the first one into the zone. But in that case, they just did that. So
yeah. So
Goal by number 18, Jason.
So Jason Brodsky gets his second goal of the game. It's a fine line. There's a certain point by which it's offsides, and much like hockey, where you can't precede the puck into the opponent's blue,
past the blue line. Yeah, that is more. I can see that and understand it more than I can this, because when you explained it to me, I was okay, and then right away we had what I thought would have been an offside. Obviously, it wasn't. But there was a goal scored.
unlike hockey, where it's based on a standard point of reference, which is the blue line, this is not the case in soccer. It has to do with the position of your opponent's defense and your relationship to the ball. So it's a very difficult thing for most fans to understand, and they have the same problem with hockey. Although it's a more clear-cut situation in hockey. The puck cannot precede the offensive team into the opponent's defensive zone.
Well, this is really, it looks like to me, more of a judgment call on the official than it is in hockey, where you do have a line that kind of helps you.
That's exactly the case that I would see it as, yes. And it's a judgment call the other way. Of course, it's timing judgment in hockey. If you just somehow precede it, but you can, in hockey, you can have possession of the puck and come across the line where you might appear to be ahead of it, but as long as you have possession of it, it's not, and so forth. So.
It's all in what you've grown up playing too. To people who do that, it's easy. They just understand it.
A little more than 17 minutes left in this match, and it's 7-0 in favor of Kecoughtan. Hampton struggling to get shots on goal. The defense has been excellent. And a shot and a goal.
Scoring for Kecoughtan, number 6, Travis Broughton.
So number 6, Travis Roughton, continues to pour it on. He used the young man in the center of the field as a bit of a decoy.
Yep,
the
sure
goalie
did.
could not key in on either of them, and he had to watch out for the guy in the center, otherwise he would just pass it to him and have an easy goal. So again, Allman with just no chance. Again, the Warriors on the attack. Hampton player kicked it over the goal line in defense, if you will.
Well, it was either that or have them get another shot on goal real easy. Now at least you can get your defense in, and we'll have a corner kick here.
A header goal.
Scoring for Kecoughtan, number 17, Trey Ross.
So Trey Ross, who started the scoring for the Warriors.
Number 7, Mike Simpson.
You get enough shots on goal, you're going to score a lot.
Well, they're just pouring it on now. 9-0. Beautiful header, perfect centering pass. Warriors making it look easy.
Well, I tell you, the Crabbers haven't given up. They're out there fighting for everything they can get, and just trying to get it across half field is a struggle.
Substituting for Kecoughtan, number 4, Mark Munster.
Crabbers just don't have the same caliber of players. It's just quite evident. But they're, as we said, a very young team, and they'll get better. A really good team can make you look really bad. Once again, the Warriors, this time Ullman able to make the stop. Centering pass. Well, the few times the Warriors miss on a pass, they've just been uncanny.
Send all your get well cards to WHCS Channel 46 and to Tim.
Nice save by Ullman. Mark Tunstall with the shot on goal and Ullman denying him. So a corner kick coming up for the Warriors as we are approaching 11 minutes remaining in this match. It's not much longer. You have to listen to me sniffle. Beautiful fake. Great footwork by Mike Simpson, number 7.
Yeah, I'm just amazed at what they can do with their feet, control that ball and move it and fake you out.
Great effort by Ullman to come out and cut off that angle. He saved a goal, gets back in the into the goal quickly. And a good job of getting back on defense also that time by Jerry Isabel, number 11, because he also helped the goalkeeper on that one. Looked like almost a certain goal.
Substituting for Kecoughtan, number 19, Ray Ortiz.
You know, you look down at the other end, and the Kecoughtan goalie is just feeling like, hey, does not anybody like me?
Yeah, really?
And getting no action.
Well, he might get a little now.
No, we might get a little action. Maybe get a shot on goal here.
Well, it would have been if it had been a little lower. It was at the right angle. I don't think the Crabbers have more than a half a dozen shots on goal today. We are less than 9 minutes remaining in the contest. Join us late. The Warriors, Trey Ross scored before the first minute was gone. Then Chris Trombley at the 15:50 mark. Jason Broski at 10:40, and then Chris Salnowski rounded out the scoring at the 9:32 mark of the first half, and the Warriors led 4-0 at halftime. In the second half, David Washburn scored at the 36-minute mark. Mark Kurtika at the 32-minute mark. Jason Broski got his second goal. Then Travis Routon at the 16:25 mark, and then Trey Ross his second goal at the 14:55 mark. And that's where we stand with Kecoughtan leading comfortably 9-0. And threatening once again. Shot on goal. Nice save by Ullman.
He has just shown some outstanding ability today. They scored 9 goals on him, but that's not indicative of the ones that he has stopped.
He's got to have 30 shots on goal that have been sent his way. Goalie kick, a corner kick. Another opportunity for the Warriors, but Hampton's able to break that up. Kecoughtan is smooth, Bob.
They are, and they pass the ball well.
Just missing.
And again, it's because of Jason Ullman going out and cutting down the angle.
Substituting for Kecoughtan, number 20, Josh Moore.
Again, the Warriors. Oh, what a incredibly severe angle. Still got it. Good block at the defense. A save by Omar Saeed, because that one was destined for the net.
Omar was right where he needed to be to stop that attempt, because that was, he had a pretty open look at the net that time.
Corner kick coming up for Kecoughtan. Oh, that was so close. Beautiful, beautiful corner kick. The Warriors just execute so well.
And that's Jason Broski that's doing the corner kicks.
Well, Bob, you ready to name your players of the game here? As we,
yeah, I think I'm going to go with Jason Ullman for
gee,
the
imagine that. I never
the Crabbers. The Kecoughtan is going to be a little tougher.
Yeah, that's why you give those to me, right?
Oh, you the guru.
Yeah.
You the man.
I'm the man.
with the runny nose. You've heard the movie The Man with the One Red Shoe, right?
And the golden arm, I got the running nose. Well, there's a huge selection here. And it's, thanks for putting me in this position.
Well, I'll help you with your decision.
Okay. Well, of course, clearly the guys who scored the goals, Trey Ross has got a couple. Jason Broski has a couple. Travis Routon with some great play. I'm just not sure which way to go, but I'm leaning towards Broski.
Well, and I kind of am, because he's the one that's doing the corner kicks and is setting up a lot of the goals. So yeah, I'll go with you on that. We'll go with two Jasons. Jason Ullman and Jason Broski.
And not an easy choice. Certainly,
No.
half a dozen Kecoughtan players would easily have that opportunity. That's right.
That's easy for you to say, Scotty. We're approaching 3 minutes and a half to go in the contest. We'll make sure Larry Malloy gets the word to come up and empty this trash can. It's really full.
I've filled the basket. Never had an attack like this, Bob. Not in my 48.
It's here, and but there's a lot of mold and all up in this thing that you showed to me, and maybe you should have gotten close to it, but I don't think it made any difference when you sat down. That was it.
Nothing I've done has helped. Just gotta hang in there.
Might have to get an intravenous.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna have to.
You're losing a lot of fluids.
I'm gonna have to go home and drink a quart of something.
Well, water would be good, Tim.
Well, I've been drinking.
If you're going to drink a quart of it.
And then my buddy Larry Malloy locked the men's room on us. I'm gonna have to talk to the guy. I don't think we talked about it this week, but this field is going to be stripped and replaced in the summer.
Well, they're going to re-crown it. They're going to put a new sprinkler system in and re-sod it. And that means that's why the All-Star football contest will be held at Todd this year instead of here. The basketball will be held back at the Coliseum where it has been ever since it's been down there. And I think the softball is held over there at Briarfield Park. Baseball is held down at War Memorial. Or maybe that baseball will be held across over the south side. I don't know. The volleyball, I'm not sure where it's held. So soccer will be played probably up at Todd also. And there's 3 young ladies from the Kecoughtan girls team who will be playing on the All-Star contest.
You speaking of soccer?
Yes. Oh, there's a flip. You missed it.
One can only imagine the score had it not been for the play of Ullman in goal for Hampton and the defense. The defense has had to make saves here late in the contest as well. Just been an onslaught by the Warriors. And it's continuing. They were looking for one more, and they get it.
And that was an assist by number 20, and the goal was by
Number 18,
Yep.
Jason Broski.
Jason Broski. He's got the hat trick.
Assist by number 20, Josh Moore.
Watch the replay right here. You watch it right here. There's the read. That's what you want to do. Pass the ball into where you got a chance to score the goal. That gives them 9-0. And
10 actually.
And Tim, it's odd that the ladies contest ended up 0-9.
Actually, it ended up 10. That Broski's.
That was 10.
Yeah, his third goal of the game was the 10th goal. And somewhat mercifully, the whistles have sounded to end the contest. I want to thank Zooms and David Allen, all the fine folks at Zooms for their support in bringing this contest to you here on Channel 46. And our players of the game again, Jason Broski from Kecoughtan and Jason Ullman from Hampton. The final score is Kecoughtan 10 and Hampton nothing. For Bob Hintz and the entire Channel 46 crew, this is Tim Cole. Thanks for watching. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you.